What inspired Beneficent? So I would say it's a combination of different things. So reading Mutant X comic while I was in Her Majesty Place really inspired me because at the time I thought comics was quite geeky. I didn't really think I can relate to it. But watching it was a fusion of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King that really inspired me. And I thought, imagine writing stories like this, but for urban stuff that we can relate to, our culture. So I don't want people to be able to go through what I went through. I want to use comics, animation, and entertainment to really speak to young people.
I thought, hold on, no one's really doing social comics like us from where we are from. So we thought, why don't we just do something different? Why don't we just put the issues we want to talk about in a comic book form and make a story around that?
Also, brand ourselves as a UK Marvel. So we want to have our social media, social awareness comics, but then again, we want to create really entertaining comics. So we want to be like literally a UK version of Marvel.
Yeah.
What I would say about it, about the event, what's the aim of Hero Unite is it's just assembling lots of inspirational youth people into one place. Because we believe together, only together, we can make a real change.
What is Knifeboy about? Well, the story about Knifeboy, it digs deeper into the horrible effects of knife crime. We set it in a dystopian future. We wanted to be a bit creative there. So it's a spin-off of our main stories, which also tackle social issues. So it just follows a young man, how he goes through life, the effects that get him into the gang culture, the knife crime, and the consequences of those actions. We wanted to make it really relatable to the youth of London, especially because it's set in like a future version of London. So we wanted it to try and relate to what the youth go through. Give one of the reasons why young people, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds get into that life. So we wanted it in a creative way. So we just created the story Knifeboy to essentially show what can happen once you're in that life, how you get into that life, and what you can actually do to get out of that life with the social questions we have at the end of the comic, the task for young people to go through. They can think about how they can end the story differently. They can think about the questions, the topics that happen in the story and discuss it with themselves, with family, with teachers. So that's what Knifeboy basically is about.
And I think just touching on that, Knifeboy is a chance for, because when we've seen people reading it, people actually chuck up like emotionally, like crying. But
there was one guy that was reading it and he was tearing up. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
He said he read something in the story, is like, this is actually real. There's one part when Troy, the main character, was sleeping.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Okay.
So basically, like, it's with the Knifeboy, this you can read it and you can engage with it. So instead of losing your life in real life, you can read it and say that, look, I've learned from what Trey's done in this, I'm not going to do it, and it's real.
What made us produce this specific type of story? It's basically the knife crime pandemic that's going on in London. And there was a stabbing like a few minutes from where I live, and the young man died. And there's been stabbings where we both grew up in Camberwell. But everyone knows what's going on in London right now. Everyone knows how crazy it is for young people, how much you see knife stabbings going on TV, the newspaper. We thought, because we tackle social issues, how could we not tackle knife crime? How could we not tackle knife crime? It's one of the biggest issues young people are facing in London, gang culture and knife crime. So we thought it would be silly for us, of the company we're trying to build, what we're trying to do, tackle social issues, to not do knife crime,
And also, it's challenging for us because a lot of people are tackling knife crime, but it's
we're trying to do it different.
How unique can we make it? So it's so unique that not only did we create a futuristic sort of story, every story continues. Each time you read a comic,
every story flows from one issue to another. The issue, the like chapter of comic book, it flows from one social issue to the next, but it still keeps the same storyline.
It represents any teenager growing up in London, really. it's a fictional character that a lot of people can relate to because it's based on some experience I've had with knife violence, some experience that other kids have had it. So that's why people get very emotional because they look at it, they read the comments and think, damn, this could be my son.
Yeah, we basically created a real young person, you know.
That's relatable as well. Culture-wise, like we said, like we know there's not that many.
He goes to school, he experiences struggles like every other young person does. He has enemies of progress like young people do. He has opportunities like young people do. He has issues that young people have, and we wanted to display that in the main character.
And I think when you actually read a comic, you would see the struggles that many young people go through. Like he has struggles fitting in, making decisions to fit in. He
has social pressures. He feels like he needs to be part of. He needs to have social status.
Yeah.
Because the main material you use in the story is a watch. Everyone has that watch. You're seen as a higher status if you have this watch. So he feels that he needs to do. He ends up doing no spoilers, but he ends up doing certain things to get what he wants that lead him down a certain path.
And that's relatable to now because right now we can say everyone's on this fashion brand like Gucci. If you don't have Gucci, who are you? Like, you go through trends. When we was growing up, it was the 8210s.
Yeah, the phone Nokias.
Weren't the Nokias. If you didn't have Nokia,
3310. Was it the brick one?
Yeah, the brick one. Teardrop. So it's like we go through phases as kids. So.
You had to have a tag sometimes. You have a graph. Or you used to wear a certain New Era they had?
New Era. So
certain day had as if it was that long ago. But
so it's like it's very important. So it's so sad because like when you see Trey, he's got the mask. That's what people think when they see young people.
They're
wearing ballies. He's wearing a mask. They think he's a bad guy, but deep down when you actually connect to him, he's just a normal kid that misunderstood and made mistakes.
Will there be a sequel? Without spoiling again, we want to do a sequel that explores the other side to knife crime.
And I think with sequel, when we went to Sledge Hill, a lot of kids were
they were asking. That made us think, hey, wait, should we make a? We never originally wanted to do a sequel, but when we done the workshops, kids were all asking. That's the question. When we asked them to ask us questions, they were like, "Are you guys making a sequel? Are you guys?" I was like, "Wait, do people like it that much?"
Yeah, we just need more support. So we need support for the sequel. We got supported by Culture Seed for the first one. Hopefully, people like this and they're willing to support. And as writers, we left it open. So we put room for a sequel. And people would have been engaged with the characters. So I would really like to do a sequel, maybe 2 or 3.
Definitely 2 or 3. So yeah, guys, we want to thank you guys for coming, and thank you for supporting us. We love it so much. We love the support, and we'll continue doing our best to make a change.
Definitely.